This thing is so tiny. What is up, you guys? That Nerd Isaac 2006 here, and in today's video we will be taking a quick look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class, Rise of the Beasts, Nightbird. I'm going to start this video by saying that this figure gets a lot of hate, and in this video, you really won't see a lot of that hate. Because unlike a lot of other reviewers, I actually really enjoy this figure, and I think if you let me talk about it for a little bit, I think you'll understand why. Getting into Nightbird's robot mode, I actually really enjoy this mode. I think that this figure, for what it's worth and what it had to accomplish with this absolutely impossible to translate design, I think this figure succeeds very, very well. And I will say that for once, this figure actually feels very solid. I actually didn't get a Nightbird with bad QC. I usually get the bad run with figures like this, but you know what? It looks like I lucked out. I don't know why my camera's like dying on me. The main complaint that I see with this figure is the fact that the wings are very small and the kibble is quite obtrusive, and I understand why those might be complaints, but I will say, again, look at this design. Take a look at this design from the movie, and you will understand that they did not have a whole lot to work with here. For what they were able to manage and accomplish with this little figure right here, I think they actually did very, very well. And the kibble management is especially extraordinary compared to that of, I don't know, Studio Series Mirage. And taking a closer look at the design here, I'd say that they pretty much got it down to a T, honestly. Almost every detail from the film that they could translate is on this figure, especially with trying to get this thing into an accurate Nissan mode. I'd say that they succeeded pretty damn well. And I don't know what the fuck was up with the mainline figure, but Jesus, I'm so glad that they got the paint right for this figure. And real quick, I love that you can see her eyes under her little purple mask or whatever it is right there, under that visor, sunglasses, Daft Punk cosplay, I don't know, but it looks cool, and I like that you can see her eyes. That's better, my camera doesn't really want to focus and my hand is shaking. Now, Nightbird does come with an accessory. As you've seen, she does come with a sword. She should have had two, but that just plugs nicely into her hand, and she actually looks very cool with it. Other than the sword, my only real big complaint with this figure's robot mode is the fact that the back does not tab in that well at all. That is not very fun to deal with on a daily basis. Getting into Nightbird's articulation, this figure is actually a lot more posable than you might think. So, she does have a ball joint at the head. She can look up that far, look down that far. She can do some side-to-side motion, but she cannot do a full 360, unfortunately. But she does have some wiggly-waggly motion. Shoulders can do full 360s. They can move out that far. In that far, kind of hindered due to the skirt kibble. She does have a bicep swivel and a little more than 90 with a single joint at the elbow there. Nothing at the wrist, unfortunately, but she does have a waist swivel, and she can do a beautiful spread. She does have thigh swivel. She does have two joints at the knee there, and ankles can pivot, and she does even have a little bit of toe articulation. So, like I said, this figure, if you know how to work with her at least, you can get her into some pretty good poses, and she's actually a lot more articulated than she looks at first glance. Overall, I'd say that this figure's robot mode is actually pretty great. Look, when she was announced, myself included, no one really wanted to give her the time of day. I mean, those promo pictures, they did not do her justice whatsoever, but now actually getting this figure in hand and experiencing her with just my own thoughts and opinions, I'd say that she actually blows my expectations out of the water completely. I get a lot of fun out of this figure, and I'd say that the people who still give her a lot of flack simply just want to be right about their stance on this figure, and I don't know. I think they suck. Nightbird's Nissan mode is definitely one of my favorite aspects of this figure, honestly. This thing is just so clean. It's very tiny, unfortunately, but she is just so well put together in this mode. Underside kibble is whatever. That's always going to be whatever, but you know, overall, I'd say that this thing came together very, very nicely. And for being a character with not a lot of screen time in the film, I absolutely love some of the liberties they took with the design here. I love the purple rims for the tires right there. I love the gold trim under the car, and for some reason, you can pop off a spoiler if you want, so you can just have a regular ass Nissan without the spoiler, but that's not as cool, is it? No, it's not. And if you'd like to, you can take the sword. There is a tiny little peg right there that will just tab in to this little slot under the car, and that does not affect the fact that this thing rolls absolutely wonderfully. So, you have weapon storage, and it doesn't hinder the functionality of this mode. I'd say that this thing is absolutely phenomenal. And that is going to do it for me tonight, folks. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And with all of that being said, guys, this has been That Nerd Isaac 2006, and I'm rolling out. Peace.